Well, joining us now is Morgan Schondelmeier from the free market think tank, the Adam Smith Institute. Morning, Morgan.
Good morning.
What do you think about this sort of brewing row between government and business? And as, you know, a free market think tank, do you think the government should be interfering with the micromanaging of business, who they employ, where people work, those kind of questions?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm not surprised at all to hear that businesses are unhappy with Boris's speech. On one hand, he's paying a lot of lip service and saying we're going to make this a high wage, high productivity economy. But he has no policies to actually show how he's going to achieve that. And in fact, a lot of his policies are, as you say, micromanaging businesses, telling them who they can employ, when and where, especially as he works towards his leveling up agenda. And I'm not surprised that businesses are getting sick of it. This is meant to be the Conservative Party, the party of business. And we've seen, as attitudes change and as Boris kind of develops his platforms as the time goes on, that he's only paying lip service to the idea of a high wage, high productivity economy.
And when you say he's only paying lip service, what do you mean by that? And what do you think he needs to do to achieve this aspiration?
Yeah, so a lot of his recent policies have been exactly what you wouldn't want if you're trying to drive investment and trying to drive wage growth in this country. So we've had the national insurance hike, which is a hike on employees and employers. We're going to see corporation tax rise. We've obviously had the restrictions on migration, which I imagine we'll get to later. So all of these things are making it harder for businesses to start up, making this country less attractive for businesses to come and create, a name and create jobs here. So I think we are kind of moving away from the idea that if we allow businesses to set up as freely as possible and make it as enticing as possible to set up in the UK. So one of the good things that this government has done has been the super deduction, allowing businesses to write off all of their capital expenditure right away. That's something we advocated for at the Adam Smith Institute. So that's a great start. But you're going to undo all that once you rise corporation tax. So we're in two minds here, apparently, about how we want to take this country.
Really interesting. And Morgan, let's talk a bit about the immigration question. I mean, the government is saying in a very muscular way, look, business has got to end its addiction to low wage overseas labour. What's your view on that?
So the thing here is this is more, I think, a direct retort to Keir Starmer's "I will bring in 100,000 foreign workers to help with labor shortages." What the evidence shows here is that foreign migration, foreign workers don't actually have any meaningful impact on wages of native workers. But what migrants do is they come over and they start businesses. They demand services just as much as they create them. So having freer movement, whether that's with the EU or other countries like Australia, we will see kind of a more dynamic labor market, which allows for increases in productivity and more regional growth than if we were to kind of try to find people from our existing labor stock who would be willing to either retrain or move to new areas. So a dynamic immigration system is really an important part of a growing economy. And if we kind of cut ourselves off in this way, we will be facing the ramifications.
And if we, the government message is pretty clear. It does look that is the route that they want to go down. And, who are going to fill those, quite difficult, low-paid jobs? I mean, often those jobs are not low-skilled. We were just discussing if you want to go and work in an abattoir or something, there's actually, or be a butcher, that there's some skills involved with that. How do you force, I suppose, British people to do these jobs in the absence of immigrants?
Well, you can't force anyone to do any job that they don't want to do. And I think it's important to look at sector by sector, the amount of immigrant labor that has been traditionally in these sectors. So a big kind of topic on our list is HGV drivers. Immigrants only make up 14% of HGV drivers at the peak. So that's a lot of British workers as is. So what these sectors need to do is make their prospects more enticing. You have to kind of offer more perks and, yes, increase wages. But that's not down to the fact that we suddenly are missing a ton of foreign workers. I think you can have both. You can encourage British workers to do these jobs and then also have space for foreign workers, both high-skilled and low-skilled.
Well, we're grateful for your time this morning. That's Morgan Schondelmeier from the free market think tank, the Adams.